Assalamu alaikum and a pleasant morning, girls. Hope you people are doing well. Today we are going to see a beautiful topic by A.G. Gardiner. Okay, this is your first unit. In that you have On Saying Please by A.G. Gardiner. Okay, it is your second prose. Is that clear, ma? Why I said it is very beautiful topic? Because he has written a very impressive thing in that. Okay, by that topic itself, by the title itself, we can understand what he is saying about. Okay, you just please say one time what's the topic. On saying please. Okay, let's see. Let's see the introduction about the author, A.G. Gardiner. Here I shared his picture and his details. He was born in his name Alfred George Gardiner, that is A.G. Gardiner. He was born on 2nd June 1865. Okay, Chelmsford, Essex, England. Died on 3rd March 1946, aged 80. Okay, Buckinghamshire, England. He used other name, that is pen name as Alpha of the Plug. Okay, his occupation he is worked as journalist, editor and author. Okay, he worked as journalist, editor and author. He is multi-talented person. Okay, is it clear? Multi-talented personality he had. Okay, is it clear, ma? Gardiner was born in Chelmsford, the son of Henry James Gardiner. His father name is Henry James Gardiner. Okay, a cabinet maker and alcoholic, and his wife Susan Taylor. As a boy, he worked at the Chelmsford Chronicle and the Bournemouth Directory. He joined the Northern Daily Telegraph in 1887, which had been founded the year before by Thomas Purvis Ritzema. In 1899, he was appointed editor of the Blackburn Weekly Telegraph. Is it clear? A.G. Gardiner was a journalist and author who wrote under the pen name Alpha of the Plug. Okay, his another name is Alpha of the Plug. Pen name they used to write are published by this name. Okay, Alpha of the Plug. His essays are known for their characteristic humor and elegance. Okay, why he is famous for? Because of the usage of gentle humors. Okay, entertaining, as well as his essays are well known for his gentle humor, entertainment, as well as a good message, a great message to the society. Okay, is it clear? He weaves into his essays the basic truths of life in an easy, entertaining and appealing way, and thus endears himself to his readers. That is, he writes his essay like that, which will give you the basic truth of life, the reality of life, in an easy and understanding way, in an entertaining way and appealing way. Thus the reader understands and comes closer to A.G. Gardiner's writing. Is that clear? Okay. He is A.G. Gardiner. Okay. Let's have introduction. That is, he is a journalist, editor. He used to write like a gentle humor, and essayist. Is it clear, ma? Okay. Next we have, he was as a journalist. Alfred George Gardiner was one of the most delightful essayists of the 20th century. He was most delightful essayist in the age he belongs, like 20th century, in the era of 20th century. Okay, he was a 20th century writer. He wrote under the pseudonym of Alpha of the Block. Pseudonym means a fictitious name especially used by the author to write something. Is it clear? He has used his name as a pen name, Alpha of the Block. As a journalist, he started his career on the staff of the Essex County Chronicle and rose to be the editor of the Daily News in 1902. Okay, as a journalist, he started his career as a staff of the Essex County Chronicle and rose and increased and developed as editor of the Daily News in 1902. Okay, is it clear, ma? Okay. Next we have as a editor, A.G. Gardiner as editor. Okay. He is well known for his reflective essays on contemporary life and for several biographical sketches. Okay, why he is well known for? Because of his reflective essays on contemporary life, daily life, and for several biographical sketches. Biographical, it is writing about someone else. Okay, he was famous for. For 17 years, he was the editor of the Daily News. Okay, he served as editor as 17 years. Okay, in the Daily News. He received recognition for his services to journalism in 1915. Okay, he received awards and honors also in 1915. Okay, when he was elected president of the Institute of Journalists. He was elected as the president of the Institute of Journalism. Okay, where journalist. Is that clear, ma? He was elected president of the Institute of Journalists. Is it clear? Then we have, that is, usage of the gentle humor. His writing is marked by a deep concern for fellow man, unobtrusive preaching, and gentle humor. Gardiner writes about very ordinary matters with an engaging dignity and charm. Gentle humor, that is humor, the usage of the words which will give you the pleasure. Okay, entertainment, relaxation. Okay, and he uses gentle humor, even though he uses the gentle humor, but he gives a great message to the ordinary man. Okay, he uses a very simple matter, but the impact was very big. Okay, he used to engage his dignity and charm, that is respect plus pleasant. Okay, is that clear, ma? Any doubts you have? Okay, his writings are like that. Then, as an essayist, Alfred George Gardiner was one of the most delightful essayists of the 20th century. As we have seen before, he was the very famous essayist in the 20th century. The facility of expression is combined with a sparkle of good humor in his essays. Okay, that is the the combination of his essays very sparkle. That is, he used excitement in his essays. Okay, humors. entertaining and gives a very beautiful message to the society, to the people, to the reader, each and everyone's life. Okay, in this essay on saying please, Gardiner deals with the rude behavior of thoughtless people in their social dealing and stresses the need for civility in everyday life. In this essay, he deals with the behavior, rude behavior of a thoughtless people in this society, those are living in this society, which stresses the need for civility culture in everyday life. What we have to do and what we should not do. Okay, what we have to use and what should not, the words. Okay, he says about the rude behavior in the thoughtless people. Nowadays it is going on like that, he's telling. We will see in detail. Okay, and then we have about the prose. Gardiner describes an incident in which a young liftman threw a passenger out of his lift for not using the word please. Here in this prose, he is mentioning rude behavior and a polite behavior. Okay, here he describes an incident that a liftman threw a passenger out of his lift for not using the word please. Okay, to Gardiner, we infect the world with our ill humors. What Gardiner is telling that we are the one who is responsible to infect the world with our ill humors, that is our rude behavior. Okay, while it is true that there is no law that compels us to say please, it is true that there is not written as you have to be very polite, but the word please is a magical word. Okay, there is a social practice much older and much more sacred than any law which enjoins us to be civil. That is, he is telling that it is not compulsory to all of them to use the polite word, but if you use the polite words, it will do a magic to your life. Okay, it will be civil, that is, it will show as you as a cultured man. Okay, and the first requirement of civility is that we should acknowledge a service. Please and thank you are the small change with which we pay our way as social beings. Okay, here he says that please and thank you are the small changes which you can bring a big change in our daily life. Is that clear, ma? Okay, there are the little courtesies by which we keep the machine of life oiled and running sweetly. Here he is telling that how he is telling, that is, there are the words little courtesies, that is your humble behavior. Okay, by which we keep the machine of life oiled and running sweetly. By using those courteous words, by showing courtesy to the other people, we can run our life, we can run our machine, that is run our life by oiling, which can run our life as sweet. Okay, in a balanced way. Okay, is it clear? He proceeds to describe the nobility and pleasing manners of a good conductor, whose polite manners impressed him to the core. Now he tells that another incident. The first incident, he tells about the liftman who threw a passenger by not saying the word please. Okay, it is a ill humor, ill-treated, misbehavior, discourteous. Okay, and now he is telling the another incident which is very noble and pleasing manners of a good conductor. He is telling about the good conductor whose polite manners impressed him to the core, to the extent. Okay, the author observes that the conductors seem to have an inexhaustible fund of patience and a gift for making his passengers comfortable. That is, the conductor has the patience, okay, and gift of making his passengers comfortable. He sees every passengers that everyone is comfortable, okay. When it was raining, he would run up the stairs to give someone the tip that there was room inside. With old people, he was as considerate as a son, and with children, so solicitous as a father. The author found that he irradiated such an atmosphere of good temper and kindliness that a journey with him was a lesson in natural courtesy and good manners. Now he is telling that conductor seems that to old people he was considered as a son, to the children he was considered as a father. Okay, he found that the atmosphere has filled with good temper and kindliness. Okay, that journey with him was a lesson in a natural courtesy and good manners. It has to come that courtesy should come from naturally, okay, from your good manners. It shows your nature and your good manners and your good behaviors. Okay, and that he says that if bad manners are infectious, so also are good manners too. He says that if you think that bad manners is infectious, okay, good manners is also spread as the bad manners. So we have to spread only the good manners. Okay, we should not spread bad manners. Is that clear, ma? Understood? Got it? Okay. Here I am sharing with you some of the words, courtesy words, that is, I am sorry, please, excuse me, thank you, you are welcome, are the most important words which can do a magic to your life. Okay, if some person, for example, in a friendship, okay, if your friend is angry with you, you take one step and say, ask sorry for, okay, and say excuse me for the thing I have done, okay, and say please. Okay, it will not show you are very low or you are degraded, but it will improve your skill, okay, improve your good manners, improve your respect. Okay, it will not degrade you or it will not give you any insult. It is a respect for you. Okay, you take one step and ask sorry for. Okay, is that clear? No matter whether you have done a mistake or not, but you take one step to ask sorry or please. Okay, and you have to use these words in your daily life. Is that clear, ma? Here, now list out the words of courtesy that we use in our daily life. Okay, in your daily life, how many of the words you are using, courteous words you are using? Here I'm sharing words of courtesy like thank you, excuse me, please, sorry, okay, you're welcome, take care, may I, you please. These are all the magical words. Okay, no matter how old you are, you just use this word and you will see the wonders is happening, magics are happening. Okay, is that clear, ma? You use these words in your daily life, you will develop your respect. Okay, your manners will change. Is it clear? Okay, ma. Thank you. I'm sorry. Please excuse me. These are all the courteous words. Here, I'm sharing that is discourteous words. That is, what are the other words of discourtesy? Discourtesy, that is ill humor, ill treated. It is opposite of courtesy. That is rudeness, disrespectful, incivility, impoliteness, impertinence, impudence, insolence, bad manners. In that essay, he says about the two incidents, right? Yes or no? The first incident about the lift man who threw his passenger by not using the word please. As it is not a compulsory to say, but because of his rudeness, because of his bad manners, because of his impatience, okay, he did that thing, right? Okay. As in the second incident, he says about the conductor who is very well respected, is having good manners, and is treating everyone patiently and kindliness. He is showing kindness to everyone. Is it clear, ma? Okay. Next we see the prose. Is it clear? Now we will see the prose. The young liftman in a city office. Okay, girls. Now we will see the readings. Okay, the prose. The young liftman in a city office who threw a passenger out of his lift the other morning and was fired for the offense was undoubtedly in the wrong. It was a question of please. The complainant entering the lift said top. The liftman demanded top please, and this concession being refused, he not only declined to comply with the instruction but hurled the passenger out of the lift. This, of course, was carrying a comment on manner too far. Discourtesy is not a legal offense and it does not excuse assault or battery. If a burglar breaks into my house and I knock him down, the law will acquit me. And if I am physically assaulted, it will permit me to retaliate with reasonable violence. It does this because the burglar and my assailant have broken quite definite commands of the law. But no legal system could attempt to legislate against bad manners or could sanction the use of violence against something which it does not itself recognize as a legally punishable offense. And whatever our sympathy with the liftman, we must admit that the law is reasonable. If we were at liberty to box people's ear because we did not like that behavior, or the tone of their voices, or the scowl on their faces, our fist would never be idle, and the gutters of the city would run with blood all day. Now he's telling that it is a passenger who enters in the lift, and by entering he says that top. Okay, that lift man expects that the passenger should say top please. Okay, because of that he threw a passenger throughout the lift. Is that clear? The a complainant is a person who lodges a complaint. Now the next day that passenger lodges a complaint that the liftman has threw him throughout of the lift without saying anything. Okay, but here it is it is true that there is no such law that you have to use please or sorry or thank you, but it is those words which gives the other person a respect, honor. Okay, so we have to use those things. Is it clear? He says that if someone enters in your home without your permission and you can stab him and you can complain about him, that is okay, but there is a law also that is reasonable. But here that the word using word please is there is no such system is there. Okay, so what is telling that we have to be very humble and we have to respect the other person also. Okay, if we do like this, means he says that in our gutters every day it will run with blood all day, like that he says. Okay, instead of the dirty water, blood will run in the gutters, he is telling. Is that clear, ma? Hope you understood. Okay, here I may be uncivil as I may please, and the law will protect me against violent retaliation. I may be haughty or boorish, and there is no penalty to pay except the penalty of being written down an ill-mannered fellow. The law does not compel me to say please or to attune my voice to other people's sensibilities any more than it says that I shall not wax my mustache or dye my hair or wear ringlets down my back. It does not recognize the legislation of our feelings. Legislation, a torn or jagged wound or an accidental cut wound. Okay, our feelings as a case for compensation. There is no allowance for moral and intellectual damages in these matters. Now what is telling that? He's telling that okay, I may be uncivil, discourteous, impolite. Okay, but he says that I am haughty. I may be haughty or boorish. Haughty, arrogant, superior and proud. Boorish, rough and bad-mannered, rude. Okay, but he says that there is no such law which compel me to give me any penalty like that, but it will write as a ill-mannered fellow. Is it clear? Okay, there is no allowance for moral and intellectual damage in these matters. There is no allowance are there which will if you are not saying to the other person please or thank you, it will damage their respect. Okay, it will show your personality also. Okay, so we have to use the mannerism, courteous words to the other people. Okay, we should not be rude or we should not be very arrogant. Okay, and we should not feel superior or proud to the other person. Is it clear? This does not mean that the damages are negligible, so small or unimportant as to be not worth considering, insignificant. That is, that damages, that hurts the people, right? Yes or no? It is not a negligible. It is not a very small thing, not important thing. Okay, it is probable that the liftman was much more acutely hurt by what he regarded as a slur upon his social standing than he would have been if he had a kick on the shins. Is it clear, ma? Okay, it does not, like I told you that it hurts the people. Okay, he ordered that person, so that hurts the person, so he reacted as in a rude manner. So we have to think in both the people, that that person should have used please word instead of ordering that top. Okay, and here also we can think about the lift man also, that instead of becoming rude or being a rude person, he had shown some patience to the passenger, and he could have told him that you use please sir, like that. Okay, or he could have changed his manners, but the two person shows their manners. Is that clear? Okay, ma. For today it is enough. Tomorrow we will continue the same thing. Till that, you watch this video and understand. If you have any doubts, please do comment in the comment box, girls. Thank you. Take care. Bye bye. Allah Hafiz.